Hello, Teresa here again, and I'm going to share with you the import an instrument from a REDCap shared library. So let's talk about what the REDCap shared library is. It is a repository for REDCap data collection instruments and forms that can be downloaded and used by researchers by anybody that has a REDCap. These are curated instruments that have been approved by the REDCap Oversight Committee, and it has to have research relevance, it's got to have accuracy in its function and its coding, and there has to be no copyright issues. So there's two ways you can find it. When you're on your project setup page, inside the second box, the Design Your Data Collection Instrument, there's a button here called REDCap Shared Library. That is one way to get to it. Another option is to go to the Online Designer, and in your Data Collection Instrument box, there's a button here that says Import a new instrument from the official REDCap Shared Library. You can hit the question mark button and find out more information on how REDCap defines the library, or you can even click on the button next to it. It takes you to the same information. So right now I'm going to hit the import button. When you're on this site, there's a few things you can do. So one option is you can download a list of all the libraries that are currently in here. You kind of need to pay attention that anything that has a star next to it is considered curated by the um, consortium committee. You can search for things that are only curated by selecting it in the filter option. There's also things that are in different languages, so you're going to want to make sure that what you're looking at is in the language you're choosing. Now, you could just search through this. That's an option. However, there are a lot of different items that are in here. The other option is you could just come in here and type something in. So let's look up the Patient Health Questionnaire 9. And when I search the library, there's more than one that shows up. Now I want to make sure the one that I want has a little star next to it. And I am going to look here and it says that this one here has 561 downloads and this one here has 378. So they're both pretty popular. But I think I want the one that's scored because I would like to not have to do it myself. I know that the person to contact for this would be Brenda Miner, and that she's the one that put it in. It has acknowledgments for who created um, the validated survey, and it tells you when it was last updated. What I can do before I decide that I may or not want this, I can look at it. And there's two ways I can look at it. I can look at it as a PDF, or I can view it as a web page. So I'm going to look at it as a web page right now, and it pops the screen up at the moment that has what this would look like in my instrument. And I say, okay, I like it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the Import the REDCap project button. At this point, you need to look at the content agreement and read through here and say if you agree with what it says and that you're willing to abide by the content piece. I do, so I'm going to say I agree. It takes me to a spot here where I get to decide what my instrument is going to be called, and I'm just going to leave it the name that it is. I'm okay with that. So I'm going to add the instrument, and it says the instrument has successfully been placed into my library. So now let's return to the previous screen. Now you can see the instrument is in my instrument list. I can pick it up and I can place it wherever I want it to go. I'll put it in the second spot. Now, let's open it up and take a look at it and make sure it's what I want. When I open it up, it looks like the PHQ. So it's got all of the pieces, and it has a calculated field here with an equation for how to sum everything up. So I like that. I'm happy with that. And now that I have it in here, I can just move forward and utilize it like I've used it before. And that is the REDCap shared library.